Hi everyone. Um, I I didn't eat dinner yet, so I've been trying to eat this protein bar before a stream, but I haven't finished. I don't really like this protein bar. Um, I funnily enough, I bought this protein bar because I read that it's a pretty decent protein bar, and I bought 2 boxes of this brand. I bought the peanut butter one and I bought like a chocolate one. Um, because I was gonna buy 2 of the peanut butter one because I was like, I like peanut butter. And I probably like that more than like chocolate. And so, um, but then I was like, no, I should vary it and get like 2 different flavors. So that's what I did. And thankfully I did because let me tell you all, I do not like this peanut butter one. I don't know why. It just has like a really sharp, like aftertaste. Look at this. I put this on poo poo. Anyway, ignore it. Don't look. Um, so yeah, now I'm trying to eat this. It's not going well. I've eaten all the chocolate ones because they were better. Um, but anyway, hi everyone. I am back from my trip. I have been so tired. I was tired all of my trip. I've just been very tired. I'm sorry, I'm so late today. Um, I was hella napping earlier. I got back from brunch with my family. I was like, I'll do all these things. And I did not do all the things. I like napped on and off for hours. So here I am. We'll do a little Genshin stuff. I want to get to Baldur's Gate tonight, like to play a little, but I don't even know if I'm gonna do that. I have so much Genshin stuff I haven't done. Remember when I told you all, oh, on my trip, I'll just do a bunch of Genshin stuff that I didn't get to before. To like help me knock stuff out because I, go to the hotel every evening. I would go to the hotel, lay down in bed, put something on TV, like, oh my gosh, I'll put something on TV and watch and stay up. And I would pass out every day. So quickly. I was asleep so fast. So did not really get through a lot of Genshin stuff that I've been putting off. So I think I'm just gonna have a lot of Natlan stuff and old stuff to do. When Natlan comes out. It is what it is. Sometimes it'd be like that. But the good news is I remembered to sign up for the Twitch streamer thing for this patch. Did not forget this time. So I have to finish this. There's like half of it left. I just do not want to. But I need to. I am not getting enough. Fun fact, I am not getting enough protein. At all. Slacking. I have a friend who's like, you need to count how much protein you're getting every day. So you're not getting enough. I'm like, I don't want to. And then I have to like remember. I have to like figure out how much protein is and everything, and like, just like all this stuff I don't want to do. But all right, let me start the game and stuff, and then I'll pull an affirmation card. There is a bug in here, and I'm gonna fight it. But yeah, I have so many stories from my trip for you all. There was a lot of I can't really call it drama on the trip, but there was a lot of drama. I don't know if that's really the right word. It's not like anything happened. Oh, that was very weird. It's not like anything happened on the trip that was bad, but let's just say there's a lot of personalities that don't get along. I don't know why I took that bite. Because I need to pull the affirmation card. You know? Also, my music is playing, but it's really, really, really quiet. Okay. The chocolate is melting on my hand. Hey, there's the good news. I gate checked my luggage on the way there and the way back. And Delta got my luggage back to me both times. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? They didn't lose my luggage like American did. There's a drain fly in my room. And I want to kill it so bad. Okay. Oh, there's my music. Okay, let's pull an affirmation card. And then jump right in. I'm gonna kill this. Watch. I will kill this fly before stream ends. Unless it decides to, like, buzz off, literally. Hi, Kevin. Hope the trip went well. It went. Actually, it went pretty well. This. Oh, did I kill it? No! Oh, I killed it on my hand. All right. Anyway, hi, Kevin. My trip went, and it went well. There's a lot that happened, not really involving me, but. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I guess I can tell some of the trip story now. Actually, no, let me get in the game so I can, like, do stuff while I'm talking. Instead of, like, sitting here talking for 12 years before I actually get to the game stuff. I can't believe I killed that bug on my hand. Okay. Beauty. I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. Beauty. No complaints? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's already getting a little warm in this room. I'm gonna have to open the door. All right, let's switch over so y'all can look at how I haven't logged in today. Okay. But I don't know how much I talked about it, but I went down to Huntsville, Alabama. I've never been there. And so my flight there was on. Okay, wait, I gotta give the whole entire backstory. All right, so this trip, hold on, there's a Pokemon. Oh my gosh. Hold on, everyone. Calm down. Calm down. Hold on. I need to finish this protein bar. My brain is a million places at once. Can't buy that item. Oh, other way around. Pokeball, then the number. Okay. Finishing this protein bar, not going very well. Oh my gosh, and 20 of them. I didn't even see what Pokemon it was. Duolingo keeps shipping us those hard friend quest goals. It's a lot of XP. Some goals are easy. No! I noticed that. That's why I'm a little scared to match with you, because I'm like, is it because we match with each other? Because I've gotten some pretty easy goals with some people. And I'm like, why is it giving like a bazillion XP?
I see the value in my
which you did the majority of the work. I did today, actually, hop on and do a lot. But you had already finished it by the time I hopped on and did a lot. But I was like, oh my gosh. So much. Did the first friend quest. Was it a tough one? I don't I try not to like keep track of what the thing is until I'm starting to struggle with it. But yeah, that's why I'm like, why does it do that to us? Time posing focus. How's school been? How's school been? All right, what am I doing? Let me go to town and figure out what I'm doing. I need to finish this protein bar. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay. Not very yum. I guess it could taste worse, but I don't really like it. Did I do all my boss fights this week? Uh-oh. I might not have. I might need that. I feel like I didn't. Oh, shit. Look at this. This means I've done 3 of them. This is going to be these 3. Which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 weekly boss fights left. Sometimes I do this to myself, you know? Alright, I finished the protein bar. That's like an achievement for me. Let me take my vitamins too. I forgot yesterday. And I didn't take them on my trip because I was like, I don't really want to put them in my luggage. I'm always afraid to take things on my trips, even though they should be fine. I always feel like it's gonna be like me that's like pulled aside and I'll be have to like, it's fish oil pills. Or it's my daily vitamin. I will eventually tell y'all stories. Eventually. Okay. Let me do those boss fights after I turn this in because how did we get here? Why do I have 7 weekly boss fights to do still? Soon that number will be like, we have 10 weekly boss fights right now. Soon that number will be 11, right? Because we're gonna have to get a weekly boss fight in Natlan like immediately, right? But I need to go over here. All right. So my trip was to Huntsville, Alabama. This trip I went on, so there's like a lot of like weird work politics stuff, but my flight at work split off from another flight at work. And there's a lot of drama with that split. Like the people on that flight do something that's vastly different than what I do, I would say. And then there were 3 teams left on my flight that do different things. 2 of them do very similar things, and then my team does like something very different. My flight for my whole squadron kind of does like this really niche role, I would say. But anyway, one of the teams on my flight went and switched over to that other flight because they work closely, I guess. I don't know. It's all kind of confusing to me. But anyway, that caused another rifty thing because one of the teams on my flight is very similar to the one that went over there. And they were like, why wasn't I brought over? It's very weird. Anyway, that other flight was taking a trip down. We visited a place called Missick. They do like missile intel stuff. That other flight, like a lot of them were taking this trip down there to talk to like mission partners and stuff. And it's almost the end of the fiscal year. So my flight flight director sent an email to our flight to say, hey, our sister flight is going down there. We might have some funding to send some of us. Like, if you're interested, let me know. So I emailed him and said, hey, it'd be cool to go if we have the funds. And he was like, we do have the funds, right? So 3 people from my flight went, me, and then my flight director, and then our flight deputy, like 2 of our leadership and me, and then a lot of that other flight, because they all went to talk to like mission partners and stuff. One of which, there's a woman down there right now who used to be working for us. She's doing like a, I'll call it a rotation. It's a joint duty assignment. Essentially, she's working down there instead of working where we are for like 2 years or something. But she's really the one that was setting up the trip for them. So I got sent down there, right? And so first of all, I made a briefing of what my flight does, because I'm the one from my flight. My flight chief was like, all right, this is not just a vacation. I need you to like work with the people there I need you to like brief them. I need you to like make scheduled plans to do stuff down there. I need you to learn everything you can about that place. And I was like, okay. So I did all this work on that. And actually he was later before we went and was like, good job on all this, like good initiative. I was like, you told me to do this. Like, don't get me wrong, I put in work on it, but I was like, you're the one that told me to do this. I did not really do this out of just like me doing this. But I prepared a brief on what my flight does and stuff for all of them. The first stint of trouble, actually, funnily enough, I put in, so the way we take trips is we go on to this like work website where we like search our destination and dates, and like it lets us pick the hotels, the transportation methods, like if we're flying there, driving there, whatever, just anything we need to plan for the trip that work would need to pay for. They have like all of this in the website. So the other flight was driving down, like they were getting a van together and driving down. I would have been okay riding with other people driving, but there's no way I could have driven that. Like, it's only 6-ish hours. So realistically, could I drive that? Yes, but I have bad driving anxiety and would not want to. So I was like, I'm gonna fly. And we could afford me flying, so I chose to fly down there and stuff. And then luckily I got to choose Delta. American is usually what they make us pick as our carrier, but since I had to route through Atlanta, which is a hub for Delta, I think that's why I got Delta as the airliner to fly with, which I was like, perfect, because I hate American. And I have to update you all on that story, but I hate American, and Delta is now my new generic like flight carrier of choice. Ooh, look at that. This will actually be helpful if I get Mulani. Anyway. So I did all this work to like be in the same hotel as everyone else. And then when my the deputy for my flight was trying to like put in they're called orders, put in all this stuff for the trip, she was like, how could you afford that hotel that they were all staying in? I was like, I don't know. It was within the budget we're allowed to spend. She was like, not mine. I guess I took the last like government rate room, so she couldn't get a government rate room. So I was like, okay, we'll pick a different hotel. And they picked a different one, and so me and my flight deputy stayed in it. But actually, funnily enough, sidetracking, but like the day before we left, the flight deputy, I guess her orders didn't go through. Like, you have to, when you put in orders, you have to get it like approved through a couple layers of people approving it. Usually there's no complaint. They just check to make sure everything you entered is like correct and, you know, stuff like that. I don't know what happened. I feel like someone just didn't approve it in time, so they got canceled. Because like we can't hold a reservation on a flight for like too long. Like that's just like an airliner is not going to let you do that. So I feel like hers just didn't get approved in time. So the day before we left, she was scrambling to get that done, and it got done. Found out when I was there already. She was like, "Did you hear about our flight director?" And I was like, "No, what?" She's like, "His orders didn't go through." So he was like scrambling to get stuff to go through the day of the trip. Like he literally, I think he had to go stay at a more expensive hotel because they ran out of rooms. I was like, oh my gosh. They didn't even stay with us. But he drove himself down there. I was like, why don't we just all ride together? Whatever. Funnily enough, after the trip, there was some trip drama that I was on a flight or in a text message chain with those two and myself. And my flight director said a lot of things about the trip and stuff. That's like my last message that I have in that chain. And I'm like, ooh. He's like, next time let's go somewhere we can all ride together. Just no weirdos or something is essentially what he said. Like, okay. He's like, Veronica's cool. It's like, okay. All right. I don't know about all that, but all right. Anyway. Funny thing. The day of the trip. Does this start if I don't click this? The day of the trip, my plan was... So we have two travel days. Like, the Tuesday and Friday were the travel days, and then the Wednesday, Thursday were us being there at the site, like, talking to people, having an agenda and schedule. So what I decided to do on Tuesday was... I went to Squadron PT in the morning, and then I came into work to make sure everything was like good and ready to go for my trip. Like everything was set up. All my work stuff looked good. So that's what I did. I went to Squadron PT, and I actually was going to go home, pack all my stuff, and leave from work to the airport, but I decided to just go straight from Squadron PT all sweaty to work to close stuff out so that I could go home and like shower and then go straight from my home to the airport. So anyway, I go into work and I'm like working on some stuff before I leave, and no one else on this trip is there. Like there's a few people still in office, but like this trip has 10 of us going total from anyway. There's no one else there really for the trip because they were all driving or flying or doing whatever, and they just weren't going to come into work that day. But I was like, I need to get my hours in. Like, gotta come in. So I'm sitting there, and I hear one of the guys that's going on the trip start talking to the guy that sits next to me. And I'm thinking to myself, that's so weird. I didn't expect anyone else on the trip to come into work. And the guy that sits next to me does a lot of like approving of trip stuff. He's one of those people that does that. And so this other guy that's going on the trip, I thought he was riding the van with everyone else, but it sounds like he was also flying. And he came in and he was talking to the guy, and he was like, hey, my flight has been delayed twice already, and it seems like it's going to get delayed again. Like it was supposed to leave at this time, and then it got pushed to this time, and like now it's not even going to leave until 5 p.m. or something. I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I didn't see any of that for my flight. Uh-oh. But I didn't say anything out loud because I was kind of eavesdropping. Hi, Barney. How are you? My trip went really well. I'm just telling like gossip drama now. Nothing really involving me, but and so what that guy did was he was like, hey, instead of taking the flight, can I just catch the ride with all the people in the van that are going? And the guy next to me was like, yeah, do that. Just call the, whatever sets up our trips and let them know and stuff. So he left the office, I'm assuming, to go catch that van down to our trip site. And the guy next to me comes over to my desk and he says, hey, XYZ, this guy just said that his flights were like really delayed. You should check yours and make sure they're still good. I don't think you two are flying the same thing. And we weren't because my stuff was all fine. Because I was like, I didn't see any of that. So my flight was at 2 something. So this is still like 9 in the morning after Squadron PT. Like I'm still at work really early. So I go home, shower, pack my bags, and pack my bags and go to the airport. And my trip there was pretty uneventful. I did have to run, so my flights went from Dayton. I could fly out of Dayton, which is awesome because the Dayton airport's only like 30-ish minutes from me, 40 minutes max, which I guess now that I think about it, the Columbus and Cincinnati airports are only like an hour, maybe like an hour 10. So that's an extra half hour, but not that terribly far. Anyway, flew out of Dayton and routed through Atlanta and then to Huntsville and then the same way back. Pretty uneventful. My layover in Atlanta was only 40 minutes long, and you know they start boarding like 20 minutes before your flight. So I booked it from my gate to that one. I had like 10 minutes to spare because I hoofed it. But yeah, my trip there was fairly uneventful. What's funny was I was messaging the deputy of my flight. She's a lieutenant that went down there with me. We kind of planned our trip the same way, but then she had that issue where it got canceled and she re-put it in. But anyway, I was like, oh, I'm getting a rental car down there. Like, do you want to like just ride with me while we're down there? And she was like, yeah. So I was texting her before my first flight, like, hey, when we get off our plane in Huntsville, you want to catch up with me and we'll take my rental car to the hotel? And she said, yeah, I didn't see you on the flight earlier. And I was like, what? She like flew out at like 9 in the morning and her layover was like 3 hours or something. Maybe not that long, but I flew out at like 2 p.m. from Dayton to catch the like 4 p.m. flight out of Atlanta to Huntsville. I was like, oh, I haven't even flown my first flight yet. I guess she took just an earlier flight. I'm all about crunching those really short layovers. Like I don't know. Not ones that don't work, obviously, but like if the timing's gonna work and I just have to like book it, I'm gonna do it. Like I don't care. I will book it through an airport. When I'm in airports, I am moving and shaking. I get really mad at people that are just like taking up the whole like pathway, perusing like they got nowhere to go. Like move. Move, even when I'm not even in a big hurry. Like, move! Like, get over! Like, go through a walk in the slow path, like in the farthest corner. Like, why are you taking up the whole pathway? Anyway, so my trip down there was pretty uneventful. I love how we're just sitting here waiting for me to play. No, really. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Like, move. I'm short. I have little legs. Like, I can't outpace people that are taller than me by walking. But man, if you aren't hustling, I'm going to run you over. I will run you over. And I'm also, not pushy though. So like sometimes I'm behind someone and I could totally jet around them, but like it would be a little tight and rude. So I don't really do that, whereas some people will, but I get road rage walking in the airport. But yeah, my trip down there was pretty uneventful. And then listen, here's the hot drama stuff. Let me see if I can do this very quickly. What do y'all think? Y'all think I can do it? I don't know if I can.
Your verdict is decided.
Your verdict is decided.
Illusions are but distractions.
Oh, not this one. I wanted her to do the other one because it's a little bit easier to... Oh, I'm on the total opposite side of the one I need.
This will brighten up the place. Shadow.
Stabilize. Silence.
Your verdict is decided.
Hold on. I think I can do this. Hold on, look. Ooh. Okay, all right. Woo! We made it. We made it. I hate getting to that second phase. So we made it. Okay. So, like I said, this trip was mostly planned around. Thank you. Thank you. Also, look at my boo-boo. It's, hold on. We'll zoom in. Look at my boot. Look at my, oh, y'all can't, it's like not very noticeable. My huge bruised boo-boo is like, it's fading. Although the bruise is still fairly large and kind of painful. I was supposed to do arm day today. I haven't done arm day since last Friday when I got this. I did do leg day yesterday. But I was a little hesitant and I did not do arm day today. I don't know. I'm a little scared that it's not going to feel good when I try to work out with my arm. But anyway, literally pulled Yoimiya just for that fight. Really? This worked out nicely with especially with the Emily and then the Arlecchino. That was pretty nice. Ooh, looks good. Another week or so and you'll forget that ever happened. I don't know if we'll ever forget, but you know, my body's bruising will. Thankfully. The big old hole is gone, which is like the most important thing. I went swimming yesterday and I was like, should I go swimming? And I was like, well, there's no hole there anymore. So it was fine. I'm just a little, it's like super bruised still. Like not like it was before, like that red purple bruise. It's just like a regular black purple bruise. But anyway, so like I said, this trip was like mostly for this other flight. Like they have a specific mission set and they had a lot of mission partners down there that they could talk to. There were mission partners not really related to the ones that they talked to that I wanted to talk to down there that don't necessarily do what I do, but can give me good insight on like things similar to what I do, I guess, if that makes sense. So I like made some contacts via email and thanks to my team lead and like plan to talk to this one guy down there that, like I said, does kind of similar work to do that I do. So anyway, we didn't get the agenda for the trip until the day of our trip, which is fine. Because like what I wanted to do was sit in most of the sessions that the other people were going to, because I was trying to learn like the stuff that they were learning and talking about. But I did want to like break out for things that maybe looked a little less relevant to me so that I could go talk to this other guy who I didn't think was as relevant to what they were talking about, which is why I didn't want to bother everyone else with having to listen to him, I guess, if that makes sense. So anyway, the very first thing we do, besides there's a bunch of check-in stuff. There's a bunch of like check-in stuff that happened, but not all that important, I guess. But I was the first one to give a briefing. And let me tell you all, I practiced. So there are two teams on my flight, the team I'm on, and I'm pretty well aware of what we do and stuff. And then a different team that I really don't know a lot about. Okay, they do like a very different bunch of stuff. So like before I left, I sat and talked to the guy that's in charge of that mission to learn what they do. I have a whole slideshow they gave me to talk about, and I practiced it, and I did like this dry run one day for a bunch of people for my flight and was like, here's what I would say, and gave the presentation, and they were like, that was good. And I was like, really? Like, I'm not saying it was bad, but like I just never feel all that confident in my presenting skills, but they said it was good. So I was the first one to give a briefing on this trip, and let me tell you all, I thought there wouldn't be that many people in this room. I thought it was mostly just going to be us on this trip and like a few of their mission partners. This room was packed. The room was not that big, but this room was packed. And I got up there and I'm like, I didn't expect this many people to be here, but... And I knew that my PowerPoint, like my presentation, wouldn't be all that interesting for everyone there because, like I said, like the mission, the team that was really going there to talk to them does a very different mission than me. So I was like, oh, people won't really care about what I talk about. I shouldn't say care, like they don't care, but like it's not as relevant to what they do. So like they're not really going to be all that attuned to it, you know, or care in that sense. So I was like, oh, there's more people here than I thought, but here's my presentation, and I like talk through it. And I gave this backstory earlier, but one of the teams on my flight is very similar to one of the teams that went there. There's like a small minor difference between the two of them. And there's like a lot of drama between the two teams. They just do not get along and stuff. So at the end of my presentation, I'm like, any questions? And I thought there weren't going to be any. But then I actually got a lot of questions about that other team, the team that I don't really work for or know that well. And thankfully, the other people in the room, like I said, they do very similar work. So they were able to answer most of them. But at one point, they were like, what about this very specific thing from the slideshow? And I was like, oh, well, I can direct you to XYZ, like a person, the person in charge of that team. I was like, he told me he is more than happy to talk to anyone about any questions. And like the whole room kind of like laughs, or like one guy laughed, but it like felt like the whole room laughed. Let me tell y'all, the people that do these work, there's a lot of like butting heads in that community is like what I've gotten from this trip. Like there are a lot of people that just don't really get along, I guess. It's very interesting. There's all these like, I guess I'll call it politics behind the scenes that I'm just not attuned to. I don't know any of this stuff. You know, I'll know what I do when I go to work. I go to work, sit in my little cube, do my little work, go home. Like there's all this like weird interpersonal things that happen and I just don't know them. Sounds really silly. Work drama, inter-department drama is just bizarre to me. Yeah, I told my work mom about some of this when I came back, and she's like, it's like high school. I don't know, man. I'm like, I just go and sit at my desk, do my work, and go home. I'm sure people have complaints about me, like, as everyone does about everyone. Swears. High school in a lot of ways. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, to be honest. But here's what I'll say. These people in this community, I am a fairly easily intimidated person, like in interpersonal things. I guess maybe in like other things too, but like in interpersonal, like in your personality, like there are personalities that I don't like will intimidate me. Like I don't know what else to say. And the two teams that do this specific work at work, like everyone on those teams is intimidating to me. Like I can go, this person I don't want to like talk to. Like I don't really have to, like I don't do the work they do, but like if I had a choice like to talk to this person or not, I'm gonna not want to, I guess. Like there's a lot of curmudgeon-y, I guess, personalities that do that kind of work. Like I'm like, this person's intimidating, this person's intimidating, this person's intimidating, that person's intimidating. Like it's just like all of them. Even the guy that I had to ask, like, what does your team specifically do so I can talk about it while I'm on this trip, intimidates me. The flight deputy, the lieutenant that went with us, was like, I was like so amazed that you talked to him to figure out what he does because he's like very hard to talk to. And I was like, yeah, I just had to do it, you know. And I mean, she wasn't wrong. I like handled the talk well, but I like went back to my desk and wanted to cry because he scares me. Anyway, so just all of these people in that community kind of intimidate me and scare me. Like if I had the choice, I wouldn't really want to sit down and talk to them. The worst one is there's someone who I think he's like my age. Maybe a year older, but he's on one of these teams. And he's just like this, hard-headed, condescending, doesn't seem like he cares about people. And I like absolutely, he's like the worst one. Like there's a bunch of older people on those teams, and like, I'm not saying it's an excuse because it doesn't really excuse the behavior, but they're like old curmudgeons to me. And so it like, at least it like makes a little bit more sense in my head. Whereas, like I said, this guy is like my age. So why are you like this? So he's like the worst one for me. Just very intimidating. But anyway, on this trip, I could see a lot of this animosity between these big figures in this community. Like they were talking a lot of smack about this one, like I said, this one guy who wasn't there. And it was insane. There was this, it's called a no-host social after our first day of the conference. It's not really conference. After the first day of this like work trip, where we all went to this like bar and eating place to like sit, chill, talk. Oh, I'll post pictures on Instagram later. So y'all can see if you follow me there. But actually, this place is pretty cool. It's like an old high school that they converted into a bunch of like bars. Like a bunch of the classrooms were just converted into different bar. The one we went to was like called Hops and Guac or something. It was like a, Tex-Mex kind of one. I got tacos. They were pretty good. It's pretty good food. And we walked through the whole thing. Well, we probably didn't walk through the whole thing, but we walked through a lot of it. And there's also a speakeasy there, if y'all remember what speakeasies are. But there's like this row of lockers. I think they were lockers where you could push it aside and there was like a secret door behind it to the speakeasy. I guess it was open this day, but like only for like a private event. I think it was normally only open Thursdays in the week to the weekend or something. And we went on a Wednesday night. But it was kind of cool. I was like, oh, that's cool. I mean, on a real work night or on a real night where it's open, I guess it's probably not really going to be secretly closed off because people are going to constantly going in. But having grown up in the 1920s, I'm super familiar with speakeasy. Barney, calm down. Calm down, sir. But anyway, there was just a lot of animosity and like drama that I could tell. At this social, people were also talking smack, amongst other things. It was kind of cute because like all the people in this community, like, I don't know, it was like they were all siblings or like family, like the way they would like talk and interact with each other. Like they would rag on each other and talk smack about each other or other people too. Like, I don't know. That's just what it felt like. But I was also kind of thinking to myself, like, I'm good with what I do and just going to work and sitting in my little cube and then going home because I don't know. The drama stuff is kind of weird. But anyway, that's all that. I spent a lot of time talking to the one mission partner down there that was most relevant to me. And he was like, if you ever need anything, email me. And I was like, cool. Made a new contact. He was really nice. Was a good contact to make, I feel like. Had a lot of good ideas about certain things. And I was like, please send me all your notes on this. So overall, like the content of the trip, I thought was really helpful to me. I feel like it really, I don't know, expanded what I know. That was pretty cool. And then the last thing was the trip home. Pretty uneventful actually. Which was nice. I flew back at the butt crack of dawn, y'all. Let me tell you all, because my plan was to fly back super early so that I could get in, go to the office, and like close out my trip. Like once a trip happens, you have to go submit all your receipts and stuff to like close it out so that they know how much you actually spend. And so my plan was I'm going to go hella early so I can come back on Friday, go and do all that work at work, and then go home, sleep, take a nap, do whatever. The rest of my evening's mine. So when I say the butt crack of dawn, my flight was at 5:30 a.m. Granted, 5:30 a.m. Huntsville time is actually 6:30 here. But to get there at 5:30, I had to be up by 3 a.m. because I had to be at the airport by like 4, right? That's a crazy early flight. I know. I didn't even know flights left before 6 a.m. But I had to be up at 3 because I wanted to leave by 3:30. Fill up the car with gas. Fun thing, no one's driving on the roads at like 3:30 in the morning, so that was cool. I got a nice peaceful drive into the airport. Flights were really uneventful. My layover was a little bit longer on the trip back. Like, trip back was pretty uneventful, which was nice. I like that. And like I said, both times on the way there and the way back, I gate checked luggage, and guess what? I got my luggage back. So amazing. Thank you, Delta, for not being like American and losing my stuff. Which, by the way, side story, y'all know how American lost one of my luggage from that dramatic trip back in May, and how there was all that drama where they weren't going to give me any money for it or any reimbursement, like just a bunch of crazy stuff. Well, on the trip, I don't know if I told you all, but they had contacted me like, what was all this correspondence you had with us? And I like gave them like a play-by-play of the correspondence. And then it had been over a week and I was on this trip and I messaged them because I was like, what happened with that? So I asked them what happened with this. And then they didn't respond to me all trip. So like when I came back, I was like, I'm gonna have to ping that again and ask them what happened. But on Friday, I had gone back, diverging again. Like I said, the trip was uneventful. As soon as I got out of the airport, I went to work. And like I talked to my work mom for hours about the trip and stuff. I still have more to tell them at work, especially about what I learned. But I put in all my stuff at work and then went home and like laid on my couch for a while. But while I'm laying on my couch, I got a call from like a 1-800 number. And you know what? I'm like, I'm going to pick up. I picked up. It was my case manager or whatever from American who was like, hi, how are you? Okay, I'm okay. I don't really want to talk to American because I'm mad at them, but I'm all right. Following up on this, it's been 15 days. We didn't find it. So after 15 more days, we'll reimburse you. Is more or less what the conversation was about. And I was like, that's so weird because they told me they weren't going to reimburse me. They weren't going to do anything. I didn't say that, but I'm thinking that to myself. And I'm like, huh. And he's like, do you have all the receipts from all the stuff that you lost? And I was like, yeah, the documentation says if an item isn't over $100, you don't need a receipt. Because that is what the documentation says. A lot of the stuff in my luggage was like t-shirt, $20, dress, $30, like what? Makeup, palette, $30. Like I don't know. I like reported so much stuff, and I had to remember. I had to remember everything in my dang luggage. Who does that? Who remembers everything they pack in their freaking luggage? I probably forgot some of the stuff in it. In fact, I think I was looking for a dress the other day that I'm like, I think I lost this on that trip. But anyway, legally required to reimburse you. FAA stripped about that kind of stuff. Okay. The backstory on that is that I might have submitted the detailed report too late. It's kind of complicated. It has to do with their system not working and me mailing them stuff. But I digress. Would have gotten stupid. 10 Nintendo Switch consoles, 12. So I was like, I could totally lie. But here's the thing, like if they actually found it, which is the ultimate thing I wanted them to do, find my dang luggage. I don't want you paying for my stuff. I want my luggage back. Like, it's cool that I can go rebuy this stuff in better quality, but like, I just want my stuff. Like some of the stuff in there was like souvenirs from the trip. Why? And then one of the shirts I lost was like a shirt from like this thing that I joined, it's like an event shirt. So I'm never going to get that back because it was for this year. Like, so stupid. Anyway. And I would have to report those with receipts. But anyway. So I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, I told him, like, the policy is if it's not under over $100, I don't need the receipt. He was like, oh, yes, you reported the whole thing was $372 or something. I'm like, I guess. Like, I don't remember off the top of my head how much the stuff all was in there. He was like, it was $200 something in clothing. I don't say anything because I'm like, what am I supposed to say? 100 something in makeup. I'm like, and $30 of food, because that's my souvenirs, was like tea and caramel. Like, okay, whatever I reported. It's whatever I reported. He's like, after 15 days, if nothing happens, we'll reimburse you. I'm like, they better. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. He's like, if you find any receipts, please submit them. They'll help us. I'm like, the policy says what it says. Like, how is that gonna help? I don't get it. But I said, okay. He's like, any questions? I'm like, you sure you checked the date in office? I'm sure they did. But I was like, I really just want my luggage back. Ultimately. He's like, yes, we have. And I'm like, okay, that's all. I told my family that the day of, and my dad was like, you should email them and say, this is what our conversation was, so that it's documented. I was like, oh, I should, which I forgot to do. But they did email me post that to be like we said, we're going to continue looking or something. But they didn't say everything they said on the phone. I wish I'd recorded the conversation. But I'm going to send back an email like, here is what we said in the call, just to confirm, so that it's documented in an email. But anyway, there's all the drama with that. I got back from my trip in one piece. Here I am. Hello, everyone. Ready for Natlan, but also not ready because I did not do a bunch of Genshin stuff like I wanted to do on the trip. But, you know, here we are. Did you all see the camera shift from me using Zhongli's skill?
Solidify. Reconstitute. Transfix. Settle down. Yeah.
I'm gonna sneeze, y'all. I'm gonna sneeze.
Silence.
Nerd? Ain't no way. Lurg, you wanna fight? I'll fight. Oh, I did say I was gonna sneeze, didn't I? There it is. Alright. Herbalets over here. Dying. Please. Hi, everyone. Here's something fun. Oh my gosh! There he is! My first time here chattering. Hi! Hi, babe. I literally was just about to tell them. So, y'all, my boyfriend came over. He said, don't let me forget my hat. He was like, I don't even... Oh, I can't push that button. He's like, I don't even know where it is. I knew exactly where it was because I saw him drop it on the floor. And when he left, I told him, make sure you get everything. And I thought he got everything. And so I sat down on the couch when he left. And I was like, there's the hat. I said, I'm going to wear it on stream. So this is my boyfriend's hat. Currently trying to finish Genshin Loose Ends as we speak. Yeah, me with my million quests. It's too late. At this point, when Natlan comes out, I'm doing Natlan content and like all of the Fontaine content I've been sitting on and Chenyu Vale. I still haven't unlocked that one area in Chenyu Vale. So stupid. Natlan's 3 days away. I know. On Tuesday, we're gonna do a spooky stream, and then we're gonna try to see if we can hop into Natlan and immediately roll for who's the first? Is Kenichi first? I think, or is it Mulani? We're gonna just fingers crossed. Mulani, okay. Fingers crossed. We're gonna do our best. Wait, hold on. There's a power button. Okay. So, you know, it's just I signed up for the Genshin streaming challenge this time. I did not forget like I did last time. So like, you know what? I need all the content I can, which is gonna be all the Natlan content, but I'm gonna try my best. I was like, on this trip, when I'm at the hotel, I can just do all this Genshin stuff I have sitting around that I haven't been doing. Because, like, what am I going to do in the hotel? You know what I did in the hotel? I fell asleep. I laid down, I turned on the TV, I said, yep, it's gonna be a good, nice little peaceful evening. And I conked out. I was asleep every day. Which, by the way, I stayed at a DoubleTree and I did not know this, but they give cookies, and the cookie was so good. So good. All right. Anyway. So torn on her. Here, she's really good. Don't really need another Hydro DPS. That is a good point. There's no way. I say this. I'm like, there's no way she'll find a spot. We got the unknown. No! Today is not a good Pokemon catching day for me. That is a good point, because hold on, will this let me do it? She's gonna come kick my butt. Every time there's a new Hydro, remember my first like Hydro main DPS that I would constantly use? Child. And then when Ayato came out, I was like, it's Ayato. And now it's Nervalette, and Nervalette just trumps everyone and anything. So Mulan is just not gonna find her spot on any of my teams. I say that, but like I've had this consistent like change of Hydro DPS over time. Like this is like pretty early game. This is pretty early game. Was this our first 5-star Hydro besides Mona? Actually, he was, right? He was our first 5-star Hydro. But besides Mona. And then Ayato with Inazuma. And then a couple regions later we got Nervalette to knock him out. Watch Milani's trailer. I'm also very behind on my Genshin YouTube stuff. They've been posting a lot, and guess what I've done? Nothing. I haven't watched the live stream, anything. You know, I'm just gonna be surprised when Natlan comes out. Everything with Natlan is just gonna surprise me. It's, you know, yep. Seems really cool and fun. Have Nerve and Child. Yeah, it's. I feel like every time a new region comes out, I'm like, there's no way any of these characters are gonna find a spot on any of my teams because I already have all the characters I use. And then they release ones that I'm like, I really like this character for XYZ's purpose. Like Arlecchino. I may not like her as a character, like a person, but man, does she fit well on many teams. And Nervalette, of course. Nox. He's just like the go-to now for me. Navia has taken place of my Geo DPS. But to be fair, I didn't have a Geo DPS that I really used at all. It's been a while with Animo. I guess we haven't had that. Well, we actually didn't get an Animo 5-star from Fontaine. We did get Shan Yun, but... And Cryo. Cryo has just been a dead element for a long time. So I guess there's been no replacement there. I have to see how Kenichi is. Is that his name? I will get better with the names when the characters are out. And I guess Electro hasn't changed for me. But like I choose the like DPS character and then I'm like, what do I need to do now? There's no reason to change anything. I'm set. Like what else am I gonna do? I was running Hu Tao as my main Pyro DPS for the longest time. And Arlecchino's for me, like personally, is like an upgrade to her. But you know. Niche. Oh, there's no I at the end. First limited 5-star Hydro and the third limited character. Yeah, Child came out so early. I really liked playing him though, with his like dual wielding daggers. And his like weird belly button showing, except it's not his belly button. Arlecchino is such a beast. So many good DPS units from Fontaine. There were actually quite a few. For me, I picked up as like main stars Arlecchino, Nervalette, Navia. I think those are the 3 that I like picked up as like main DPS to replace other Oh, and then sub DPS Farina as like star players in my teams. I think that's it. Which I guess is only saying I picked up 4 star players from Fontaine for myself. Or like since Fontaine's been out. I guess these 2 aren't Fontaine, but they came out since Fontaine. A lot of fun characters. Risley's like fun. I just never use him. I'm like super behind now. Been using Chlorine a ton. Really? Have you? I said she's fun to play, which she is. I just feel like I don't have her build right, or like she's tougher build than... If I'm gonna go Electro DPS, it's gonna be... Which we're gonna get more Electro DPS, right? With Natlan, right? Be cool. Just see if anyone's gonna trump Raiden as my main Electro DPS. So much easier to use than Hu Tao. That is true. Objectively better in terms of damage output. Yeah. I mean, that is why she has been like my upgrade to Hu Tao. I'll still use Hu Tao, especially for running 2 teams. And I need the Pyro DPS on both. But like, she just more versatile because you can use her skill and switch off to someone else. And she still maintains the Pyro DPS. Whereas Hu Tao, like, you better not, don't use her thing and switch off because it's gone if you come back. Like, don't do that. So she is definitely easier to use and definitely feels like she puts out more damage. I mean, my Hu Tao does a lot of damage, but Hu Tao's probably up for a rebuilding if I'm being honest. She is probably in need of a rebuild. I think Hu Tao is slightly better in single target content. Allah's advantage to AoE. Ooh, that's true. That's true. She can output mad damage. Oops, mad damage. I also run a different set on her because that's being able to switch off of Arlie. Yes, it is so nice. It is so nice. That she doesn't lose that pyro when you switch. That is like a really cool thing they put on her. I'm really glad they did that. It's funny. She and Raiden are 2 of the characters that are like my main DPS for certain teams. And funnily enough, I don't really like them as characters. At the end of the day, I like all the playable characters, so it's not like I hate them, but just they are not really characters that I vibe with. Kazuha hasn't found his way really on my teams in a hot minute. My bean. I feel I did use him in the theater recently. I've been trying to use him with Nervalette more. Using Emily has been kind of cool on my friendship team. I have really enjoyed seeing her interactions with Arlecchino, which I don't think these 2 necessarily pair well together, but it's been nice. She reruns alongside someone else with a good weapon, going to pull for Arla's weapon. Ooh, her weapon is just the visualization of her like scythe is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And it just looks pretty good with her outfit. Use Cause with Nerve. They work really well together. I know you told me that, and I just suck and never use him. Look at his Iron Sting. I never gave him his weapon. I'm so sorry. Look at his like angry face. When are we gonna see Cosmo's story again? When are we gonna see when are we gonna see Ito in story again? Because inevitably we see him all the time. Iron Sting's great in Cosmo. I know. I think it's like his best in slot after his weapon. Maybe. But I should have his signature weapon. Wasn't in the last event? And no, he was. He's literally in like every event. It's not true, but he shows up so much. All the time. I run him with the white blind. Did not get his weapon either. But I do have nervalets. This man is a tank of a being. So much DPS. So much. Alright. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. Oh, no. I forgot. Wonder's weapon so bad. It looks really good on him, by the way. And it's so nice. That damage boost is ungodly. Where are you going, ma'am? What? Come back here. Okay. Harlequino's about to die. I'm in a bad place because I still have like 6 weekly boss fights to do. Why did I do this to myself? Nervalet is just a tank of a character. I lean on him an ungodly amount. Let me do my dailies while I'm here. I see they're in Inazuma. But you know what? I'm gonna lean on Nervalet as much as I feel like leaning on him because it just makes doing all this content so much quicker. Which means I can get to all these story quests. Look at my quest list. I tried to knock through some of the quests while I was on my trip, and I literally fell asleep. One night on the trip, I was laying in bed, and I fell asleep, and I think I was messaging my boyfriend. And I woke up to like the message with him. Thankfully I didn't send it, but the message was like C, like a bunch of C's, like a paragraph of C's and like a few V's and then like another like it was horrible. So many. I was like, oops. And then later on during the trip, I was like gonna send some pictures from the trip to other people on the trip. And I'm like, what are all these? Listen, hold on. Let me show you all because it's so funny. I must have also oh, it is there. The 88 is there. I accidentally like took 88 pictures. I think it's of my pillow while I was like sleeping on accident. Maybe I like side pressed the combination, to take a picture. I don't know, but I have 88 like pictures of my pillow. I think that's my pillow. Anyway, did not get through as much Genshin content on my trip as I wanted to. Yeah, everyone ignore my quest list, and the fact that I'm just so behind in my mind on stuff. We do what we can, and it's not a lot, but we try our best. One. All the rest are down here. I hate these so bad. I don't know why I'm following it. Is this one that constantly spawns and turns into nothing? Where'd he go? Oh my gosh. There was one of these recently that I that I did, and it gave me a chest, and I didn't realize I'd never done it. Where are you going? Have I not done this? Oh, I have done. Not my artifact bag being full. No one looked at my artifact bag either. Ooh, look at my Mora. Did y'all see that? My Mora is pretty low.
Solidify.
Oh, you know, y'all know what else I need to do that I forgot I also need to do? Shoot. I also need to do this event. Which is another 60 resin that I have not prepared for. All right. Well, anyway. Farming talent books. Yup. And spending more on oh, that's where all my Mora went. You were so right. Yep. That is exactly it. That is, yep. That is exactly it. It's a rough life out here, you know? Oops. Dropped 2 mil on talents over the past week. It turns out, why did I not get his? All right, well, you know, fine. I'm going to have to farm a lot of Mora with this new area, with the new region, and I'm gonna have to farm all of the new region stuff. I guess the only solace I can take is that I have like a million zillion of the fragile resin. Back, welcome back. You didn't tell me how's school. How is school? School. I've done this quest line a million times. Pretty good, uneventful. High school has been great because I haven't had to go to school. Should have told you about last time. Spent their lunch in my class talking about Natlan with me. Are they excited? Are you excited? Are we all excited for Natlan? Because I am excited. Even though I'm going in blind, you know. Because I've like watched none of the content to prepare for it.
Thank you for.
Pretty excited. Not the biggest fan of Fontaine. Be glad to leave it behind. Oh, you mean like the region itself, because you didn't like the swimming. Because I was like, I've loved Fontaine. Like the story. Like the story. Blessed be. When does this reset? Okay, 3 weeks. Plenty of time. Okay, I did all my dailies. I need to, you know what? Before I forget, let me do this. More excited for the actual game updates rather than Natlan itself. There were some pretty cool game updates that they talked about, which is exciting. Which of these should I work on? You know, I don't know. I don't know what I need, y'all. You know what? Maybe I'll go for one of these. I know I need more of these for some characters. Let's go get this. The story was pretty good in Fontaine. Just didn't care for the region. Hated the Fortress of Maripede. Okay, that is a good point. Don't really like that area. Capturing Radiance will be amazing. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That is nice. But I feel like it's not that huge of an improvement. Right? Someone was like explaining the percentages. And it's like, it ends up that if you aren't on your loss of 50-50, your chance of succeeding is like now like 55%. And then, of course, if you've lost 50-50, you're going to get your guaranteed character when you roll it. But I don't know. I'll let other people figure out the numbers. But that is an awesome thing. And it's like such a cool looking animation. Again, I am going in kind of blind. The only content I've really seen is like what people have posted places. So I probably should have healed Arlecchino, but you know, here we are.
Fresh and floral. Extract. Overrule.
Be sanctified. Silence.
I forgot how quickly I run through this. All right. Well, anyway. Maybe next time I'll... heal, Arlecchino.
Stabilize.
A little ambiance.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop this just so I can heal.
Bow your head.
There we go. Wait, did I heal Arlecchino? Oh, she had no... Of course I didn't heal her. She didn't have any... What's it called? Alright, well. You're on 50-50 and you lose. There'll be a 10% chance for them to still give you the character. It won't affect your guarantee the next time. Still get the character you're pulling for. It's a crazy deal. The best feeling in the world is going to be getting that surprise W. Someone like, I don't know, someone did a chart to help explain it. And I gotta be honest, I still don't know if I really understand it, but okay. I, once again, did the same thing, but you know what? At least she's healed. Alright. She's healed. Good enough. Alright. Did I do this 2 times or 3 now? 3 times. We're done. Get out of here. Leave. Go, go, go. I don't think I'm gonna get to any Baldur's Gate today. At the rate I'm going. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. We do what we can. All right. So I did all those. I have 1, 2. I have 4 more weekly boss fights to do. Imagine losing your 50-50, getting the character, then getting it back-to-back. Is that what it means? Does that preserve you getting... I thought it still resets your 50-50. Everyone picking for their freebie 5-star. Wait, do we get a freebie 5-star? Hello? I'm going in blind, or as much content as I get from other people telling me stuff. We get one of the standard banners free. Probably D-Luke. Because I feel like he's the one I have the worst setup for of the standards. It'll save your guaranteed. Really? That's insane. Okay, hold on. I see I have 4 for Jean, and I don't use Jean at all. I have all of Chi-Chi's, and I use Chi-Chi very, 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 very rarely. I have all of hers, don't need it. I have all of Mona, don't need it. But D-Luke is at 2, so probably D-Luke. Because the only other 2, Dia, who is supposedly is better now. That is supposedly better now, but I just am not going to use her at all. And then, oh, where's Dendro boy? He's also 4. So it's got to be D-Luke, who's sitting only at 2 still. Look, I have his pretty thing too. Wrong one. I got his pretty one too and everything. Got them all pretty boyed out. You know? Using Chi-Chi. My entire 2 years of playing, I still don't have her. You might have just cursed yourself. It's all Chi-Chis now. Supposedly good with Mulani. Yeah, I was like, I've heard that she's actually, like, become better now. But I'm just never gonna really use her. I gotta be very real. Unless somehow the meta shifts a whole ton and I'm like, dang, it's absolutely not worth me sleeping on her. But, I mean, even a good character like Miko is really good and I don't use her. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I should have went for these. Oh, well. Still no Chi-Chi, well, that's rare. No, for real. Everyone's like, Chi-Chi, no! Also get 20 free pulls, 10 from logging in multiple days, and 1,600 in the mail. That's a good point. And for anyone that does spend money, top-up bonus resets with every patch. So that's cool. D at C2 is actually pretty decent. C6 D is basically as good as C0 Arla. Are you sure? I'm also not a fan of her fight style, if I'm honest. I do have her C2. Which this is a nice constellation, by the way. What does this do? Crit rate up. After the hit, crit rate, or crit hits. Cause crit dam, increase. Triggered every 0.2 seconds. Maximum of 60%. Oh, wow. You can increase her damage output by a lot. Usable at the very least. She's rough before C2. Yeah, this is something with the timing of stuff, right? Increase by 6 seconds. Increase. Damage. I think it's the timing thing, right? I'm just never gonna use her. Sorry to you. That's true of like 90% of the characters, with there being like 86 characters. I mean, it is what it is. Get a Diacon. Going for C2 Jean. Jean's about the only standard 5-star I still use. Oh, really? That's fair. D-Luke may never find usage since my 2 Pyro DPS, Arlecchino and Hu Tao, are like, that's all I need. I mean, I have like off-field Chongling or Bennett, but occasionally use Kaching. Have her at C6. You don't want to roll another Kaching for no reason. Why? For no reason.
That divinity is mine.
Transfix. Fresh and floral.
Perish!
The time is beckoning. Silence.
Doing all my pulls for Mavuka. I don't even know how you say their names, by the way. I'm hoping the characters come out and then I can pronounce them. Oh, no, I wanted that last healing spike. It's fine. I'm saving no pulls and living on a prayer, you know?
Found your head.
Overruled.
Burn to oblivion! Kneel!
Settle down.
Transfixed. Neutralized.
Solidify.
No.
Silence.
Reality is pain!
Ah. One of those sad truths. Not me trying to shoot this before I'd selected it. All right. All right, buddy. Everyone.
Stabilize.
Everyone, don't worry. Oh, there's a Pokemon.
Good
It's a
riddance.
waddle.
Cruel
Excited
world.
for her. Oh, she is a Pyro Claymore, right? That's interesting. I'll just see if I like using her. But every time there's a new character, I'm like, I already have so many characters of XYZ set up. Do I need another character?
Possible.
I don't think I can catch this. Bottle before it goes away. Oh, no. The answer is no.
I can't.
Oops. Don't like that she's a Claymore user. We have enough Pyro Claymores. This is fair since she'll be the first Claymore Archon. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, we already have a few other Claymore Pyros, right? There are 3 already right now. Is that right? But she will be the first Archon that wields a Claymore because we have 1 bow, 2 pole arms, a sword, and a catalyst. We have no Claymore. Yeah, Diluc Gaming. Oh, sorry, 4. I forgot. Xinyan. Forgot Xinyan. Forgot. So yeah, that's kind of a lot for 1 element weapon pairing, right? Forgot she existed. The rough life out here for Xinyan. Hoyo. They give her no love whatsoever. Did she show up in the music event? She didn't, right? We didn't. She didn't. There's a lot of love missed for a lot of characters, honestly. There's a lot of characters where it's like, oh yeah, you exist, and we don't remember because they never put you in anything. You know? Just a rough life out here for some of the characters. Went to Leeway to promote the music event, didn't even speak to her. I was like, remember when that music event came out and we never talked to Xinyan? 500 days since Shenhe's last run. Yeah, Shenhe, and actually Ganyu is also up there.
Reconstitute.
Shenhe is a little bit longer, but Ganyu's only 1 banner difference from her, if I remember right. Very fun. Very fun for Cryo is just a very dead element at this point. No love for Cryo. Need both Ganyu and Yoimiya. Yoimiya, though, rebannered somewhat recently. So you might have a long time to wait for her. I say that as if they have not left characters, like, rebanners off for much longer than other ones.
Let the mighty be humble. Bow your head.
Oh, not me missing with that. Okay, only 2 left. I'm getting there. No, I was like, this is where my artifact bag's full. Got no money, no storage, got nothing. I got nothing. Take Farina, for example. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Although with all the Fontaine characters, there haven't been any Fontaine characters that have rebannered. Like, rebannered twice. Have there? Have there? No. Like, they've been released and then rebannered once, but we haven't had any rebanner twice, right? Right? Oops.
Staring into my eyes is
Right? My memory is poo-poo garbage. So you all know. Let me run this fight and then run the giant narwhal. Narwhal. Woo. Narwhal. I don't know why I'm yawning. I napped so much today. But I am probably going to sleep ASAP. Like, I'm probably not gonna like overly stay up for this if I'm being honest.
Settle down.
Is it my turn now? With these rising flames.
This is order.
This is order.
Solidify.
Now that's more like it. How amusing.
Silence.
With the fall of darkness,
Be
destruction
sanctified.
shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory.
Settle down.
Ooh, we almost lost him there.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Thank you, thank you. I did my best. Oh. Alright, ready? This is where Nervalette normally dies. I mean, Zhongli normally dies. I'm actually surprised Arlecchino died there. Let's heal her.
Fresh and floral. Extract.
The time is making. Silence.
Oh! I'm actually surprised I killed him there.
Stabilize.
I'm not doing too hot right now. Come back here. Oh, frick. I need to get to this
The sun and
segment.
moon have set. Only ruin remains.
Solidify.
You struggle in vain.
Can I burn her to death before she breaks my shield?
Neutralize.
Stabilize.
Don't worry, we made it. Alright. One more weekly boss fight. And then, ooh, that is a nice one. And then I don't know. And then I don't know. Let me heal. Everyone's dying. Alright, last weekly boss fight, and then I'm gonna catch up with what I can, and I might go to bed, I don't know. Use a random wheel to decide which character I would build. Okay, and who is it? Who is it? We must know. Did you get Aloy? I went to the wrong place. What am I doing? Aloy. Rosaria. You're right. She's not terrible. Could be worse. Could be worse. All right, this is not the team.
Count me in.
That's better. Have no use for a cryo pole arm. Yeah, spun the wheel. Okay, would you have any use for a cryo archer? Aloy. I'm just saying, I feel like I was suggesting a worse character.
Solidify.
Yeah, yes! What do you mean? Build Aloy then. I'm changing your wheel to Aloy.
Reconstitute. Yeah. Silver sender. From the speed of
What if I had Aloy? Isn't she free? Is she not free anymore? Is she not free anymore? I thought she was free forever.
extract.
Is she not free forever? Only if you logged in during a certain time. Oh, I didn't know that. Dang. Where were you in Posing Focus when they put in Aloy, the greatest character in all of Genshin?
Solidify.
Where were you?
This will brighten up the place. Neutralize. Watch out.
Man, if I actually had Arlecchino ready, I might have been able to do better there. He was not ready for that. Aloy mains represent. Where were you when Aloy was here? Number one traveler in all of Pavat. Where were you?
Solidify. This is order.
No idea, honestly.
Coming at ya.
Before I started playing Genshin or when I had my burnout break.
Extract. Watch out.
Honestly, how could you miss out on the best character in all of Tibet? It's truly a rookie mistake. I am absolutely kidding. No, you do not want Aloy. Do not. No, you do not want Aloy. Before I started, she came out in 2021. Came in fall of 20. How do you? You have good memory because I have dog water memory. I guess I just thought she was free forever and ever, amen. But surprise, I guess she's not. All right, here, I'll give you a better character. Barbara. Build Barbara. It was before, or it was during 2.1. Man, that was a long time ago. What the heck? What's my age again? 99.9% of my brain capacity is devoted to attention. What a life. We live. What a life we live. Gotharita! The other 0.1%. Whatever else is going on. That sounds pretty accurate too. I got 2 brain cells. One is on Genshin and the other is on Screaming the whole time. It's just Screaming. I did do my bounties and requests already. Good job, me. Good job, me. That means I do have a little time to do something else before I go to bed. Did I do something else before bed? Like cry. Just kidding. Here y'all can see that I was doing this quest. I don't want to do any of the ones. I don't want to do any of the quests where I have to read it out loud to you all. Which is why I've been putting these off. Because I don't want to do them during stream and have to read them out loud to you all. Because it's such a pain. You say cry or grind. Either way, yes. I said cry. Look at all these things I need to do. Grind is probably pretty accurate to what I should actually do, but here we are. I'm probably just gonna go to bed. Look at all these things I need to get done. Not getting done. I'm going to bed. My nose keeps itching too. I think this room is hella dusty, hella slacking in here. I need to clean this room. I need to dust it, I think. My fan on. Yeah, there's probably hella dust up there that rains down upon me while I'm streaming because my nose gets really itchy in here. All right, what am I doing? Let's put my team over here. Also, well, we'll see. Also, my friendship with Emily is 7. So I'm thinking like 3 more weeks to finish. So I suspect after this first half of the new patch, I will max out her friendship. Woo! And have Mulan to like half friendship, half full friendship-ish. Or wait. That's exactly what I meant, right? Because we got Emily like 3 weeks ago, almost. I'm not doing too hot in number of wishes I have, by the way. This resets in like a week though. Where am I going? This resets in like a week though, so that's, that's cool. I should buy this. Oh, that's a lot of this. Oh, anyway, my Mora is not looking too hot, so that helps out a little bit. All right, anyway, let me go to my teapot before I go to bed. I'm gonna cash out the teapot stuff, and then hopefully it'll get decently filled up by Natlan, so I can get Mulani and give her the friendship from in here.
This realm.
How much do I have? Half? I don't know when I last cleared it, but I'll clear it today. It won't be full by Tuesday, but it's all right.
If you ever
Okay, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I would love to like get through more stuff, but I've just been like hella tired lately. I don't know what it is. I'm eating food that makes me tired or what, but I've been like hella tired for my trip and just like super tired. All right, let's switch over. My nose is also so itchy. All right, let's do a closing affirmation card. Plans this week. Tuesday we'll do spooky stream. Oh my gosh, cheap viewers. What do y'all think? Do I want the cheap viewers? No. We only like high quality viewers here. We don't believe in the cheap ones. Do it. No. We don't believe in cheap viewers. We only believe in high quality viewers here. Click it. Absolutely not. There's a warn button. What does the warn button do? I'm sure I've read what that does at some point. All right, hold on. This is what I live for. We gotta do our favorite thing. Okay, ready? We're gonna hold on. We gotta get the Twitch email. Oh, hold on. We got the Twitch email. Hold on, everyone. Hold the phone. We've received your report. But yeah, so the plan this week, tomorrow I have dance. But Tuesday, I think, should be spooky stream. I think. It's been a while, hasn't it? Because I didn't stream spooky stream last week. Did I stream it the week before? I can't remember. But I do need to get back to that. And then, by the end of the night, we can see that Natlan should be out. And we can do our first little Natlan jump. We will do no content because it will be hella late by then. but I can do my rolls for Mulani and see what happens. So that's the plan. I don't know what else I'll stream. Wednesday, I wanted to go to a trivia night. I don't know. I'm not certain what's gonna happen Wednesday. We'll see. Then Thursday, I have Pathfinder. So hold on. Is that the email? Oh no. I got excited. I got excited. This is what I live for. So maybe Friday, Mega Natlan stream, maybe. I like how I can see my Mario bag in the background. I feel like I don't normally see it, but there it is. I don't know if y'all can tell, but that's a Mario bag. All right. Anyway, where's my action email? Twitch, no. So anyway, that's the plan. Let me see who's online and we can do a little raid. A little raid. And I can go to bed. Thanks for stream. Take care. Try to make it Tuesday. If I don't, good luck on Mulani pools. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Barney. Fingers crossed. If y'all saw, I don't have many wishes. Not looking great. But you know, we're gonna do the best we can. Oh, Jess is online. We can stop in on Jess. She's playing Overwatch right now. That's fine. When Natlan comes out, we'll do lots of big Genshin raids. Plus there'll be a new Genshin drops event, so it'll be good to stop in on Genshin streamers. But anyway, let's stop in on Jess today. I did not get the email that said they actioned my report. I gotta cry. I'm gonna go cry. It will come through by the end of my night, but not on stream, I guess. Okay, it's fine. All right, let's raid Jess. All right, y'all. Like I said, Tuesday, Natlan will be here. And then maybe I'll try to do a mega Genshin stream like Friday. Saturday I have a date, so not Saturday. Maybe Saturday morning, if anything. Not Saturday night. No. I'll see you all. Good night. I will see you all soon. Good luck on your Natlan pools. Good night. Oh, wait. Yo. You all know what I didn't do. I didn't do my closing affirmation card. Back. Okay. So, take 2. Before we go to bed, we need our closing affirmation card. Back it up. This is not me stalling for them to send me that Twitch Weave action report message. Definitely not. All right. Closing affirmation card. Worthiness. This is a good one. They're all good ones, but this is a good one. Worthiness. I am worthy of the ultimate happiness. I deserve and accept it, and damn it, I'm not going to feel guilty about it when I get it. Guilt is not invited to my happiness party. I won't even tell him where it is. If he asks about it, I'll be like, no, I think you're thinking of something else. And then I'll run away very quickly. Worthiness. You are worthy. You're worthy. All right, y'all. Good night for real. Let's raid just for real now. I did not get the email in that time. I'm sad. I'm so sad. All right, y'all. Good night for real. I will see you all Tuesday. Hopefully Friday I do a mega stream. You know what I should have done was just taken Wednesday off. Now I'm kind of considering that. We'll see. We're supposed to have visitors at work, but we'll see. Okay. It'll be a big surprise whatever happens. Anyway, Good night, good night, good night. I will see you all